And single shines the triple sun. What was sundered and undone shall be whole, the two make one. By Gelfling hand, or else by none. By Gelfling hand? Do you know what that means, Kira?
Wait. This is a piece of the dark crystal.
Then that's what my master meant.
Yes.
The reason why the inner child is so important and considered to be the thing that you should work on the most is because as a being coming into existence, on a macrocosmic level, you know, there was a level of not having a childhood. Like imagine being born into, responsibility, or being created into responsibility where as soon as you were created, you know, you had a certain task that didn't allow for you to have a childhood, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you was created, you know, like hypothetically speaking in a sense of it, just trying to give like examples, like, if the and from a deity or universal level, you know what I'm saying, like if the god of of fire was created, you know what I'm saying, like soon as the god of fire would be created, it would step right into, you know being, a fire being and doing what fire does, and not necessarily, having a childhood or growing up or allowed to be innocent. Like it was created straight into, hey, you got this, that, and the third to be responsible for. You know what I'm saying? You're responsible for the heat in this realm. You're responsible for spontaneity in this realm. You're responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like given all those responsibilities as soon as you create it, you would look to, at some point find your childhood, and then also that's what also create rebellion. Because if you were being created straight into responsibility, at some point you would question things and then possibly get mad at your creator for the fact of like, hey, why didn't I have a childhood? Like, why was I created straight into just a bunch of responsibilities, aka like, why was I born into a realm with strong Saturn energy, what I'm saying, a Saturnian energy, like why was I, what I'm saying, we talk about Saturn eats its children, what I'm saying, or Kronos, what I'm saying, Kronos eating its children or eating, uh, its kids, it's that same energy, but again, that rebellious nature coming from the fact that, you were just created, like, hey, created, and think about that as we, do things, like as we create certain things, you know what I'm saying, are literally, what I'm saying, in the sense of, reproduction, if you create through, the physical sexual act through the body, you know what I'm saying, and, a child is born, you don't want to, like, all right, child, you're responsible for this, that, or the third, you know what I'm saying? You here to make this happen. So, bam, right on that. It's like, nah, you want to allow for that child to be a child, you know what I'm saying? Allow for that child to, you know, uh, grow at their own pace, you know what I'm saying? At a healthy pace, instead of trying to, throw that baby right into, the fire, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? And again, like, that's where that energy comes from, in some way, form, or fashion, some aspect of source energy, you know, feels that it was, it wasn't allowed a childhood, like it was just thrown straight into responsibilities. Like, hey, you the deity of grass, and you gotta be green and grow all the time. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no time to play. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying? And again, like using these analogies, loosely, but you understand the point I'm making. But definitely tapping in with that inner child aspect. But I definitely sense, that's why it's such a thing, because again, when we talk about transmuting karmic energy, it's levels to it, you know what I'm saying? So not only, like as a cell in the body gotta, it gotta cleanse its own individual karma, but then there's a collective karma with the other cells that cell has, you know what I'm saying? And as above, so below, as within, so without, and the same thing with us, you know what I'm saying? There's a collective energy, you know, where like, a bunch of beings were a part of, this energy of not having a childhood, you know what I'm saying, or depriving, a certain aspect of the universe of, of having like, that childhood or that sense of being able to play and not being thrown straight into responsibility, because also when I think of the channels in connection with, you could say the Yadala broad aspect, you know what I'm saying? But basically, the child being born, basically the son that was born from his mother and had to have sex with his mother, you know what I'm saying? So the son, come into this world, and then as soon as he born, you know what I'm saying? As soon as that son is born, as soon as that son is created, you know, it then has to, mate. And think about that, how much you would question life, like, like as soon as you create it, you got your mom, this lady who gave birth to you, and you also got to have sex with her and create another baby, or other babies that you have to take care of, like and so it's like, all right, well, damn, where was my childhood? As soon as I was born, I had to be a man. As soon as I was born, I had to, be responsible. As soon as I was born, I had to have sex with my mom. As soon as I was born, I had to, you know, be this being that was, responsible for so much, you know, and, as that being, you would be considered rebellious to say, you know what, fuck that, you know, I need some way, form, or fashion to tap in with my childhood, you know what I'm saying? Like tapping in and healing my inner child is necessary, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, mom, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and not depicting source as just, the mother energy or just the masculine energy, you know what I'm saying? But just, again, just from the analogy of it so you could kind of understand the perspective, because again, this where all, psychology comes from is, it's a trickle down effect of the expansion, of, the universe from 0 to 9, in essence, you know what I'm saying? It's like, zero, the zero space of the void, then the one going into the void, aka the masculine and feminine coming together, bam, you know what I'm saying? Then with the one, that's a perspective and, an energy like the Aries energy. Then you got the two energy, that's a perspective and energy, like again, like it's like the progression of the universe through, you know, the progression of the universe, in expanding and understanding itself. And again, like the archetypes that we deal with now stem from that, primordial origin, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? But, definitely just seeing again, like the reason why the whole inner child thing is so important is because, we're connected, you know, with an aspect of source that feels like, again, it never had that childhood, it was deprived that childhood. Definitely. In that situation, in all situations, again, having that, forgiveness of yourself and others, you know, forgive that part of the universe that, created you, without giving you a childhood, in essence, you know what I'm saying? Like, forgive that aspect of source energy, you know what I'm saying? Make a joke, but in essence, but like forgive, oh damn, I forgot his name, that fast. But Michael Jackson daddy, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of, like, not necessarily giving his son a childhood in essence. Like Michael Jackson was born straight into like performing in essence, so he never really had an official childhood, aka why he had the whole little Peter Pan and Neverland, Never Neverland, and the whole amusement park at his house as a grown man, because that was like the part of his childhood that was missing. You know what I'm saying? Or just or just creating that childhood that was missing the whole time. And in essence, never growing up, because he never even had a chance to even be a child in the first place, in essence. So as much as he was taking care of his business, you know what I'm saying, uh, still, maintaining that connection with his childhood, you know, and kind of, in essence, like healing that through, again, like creating that space for himself to, be like a child again with his amusement park and that whole little vibe, you know, and again, connected to, the Peter Pan, energy, what I'm saying, and staying young forever. That's connected to the Ishu, Elegua energy, what I'm saying? Like that's all, interconnected, and that's also connected to the fairy energy to some extent too, with the fairies in nature, and why Peter Pan got Tinkerbell with her, what I'm saying? Like that's all connected with that inner child archetype, what I'm saying? And again, cause and effect, births the archetypes, what I'm saying? Like literally, you know, the cause of not having a childhood creates this effect of a being who has a perspective where it's like, I want my childhood back. So that archetype, the archetype of a person who like, I want my childhood back, was created by karma, aka cause and effect. It was a certain cause, and then that was the effect, that personality type, that archetype in essence, you know what I'm saying? So again, the archetypes born from cause and effect, you know what I'm saying, are karmic energy, you know. But just a little, little dive in on that energy. You could definitely check out my video on Yadala Broad, or you type in universal frequencies, Yadala Broad, universal frequencies, and Sophia Pistis, our primordial mother. That video should come up. But yeah, it's just like seeing that whole little connection, where the inner child is, connected to that energy. And again, within embracing the wholeness of our being, is seeing, not to call one part all good or all bad, what I'm saying, in the sense of like, the positive and negative, or, the aspect of looking at it from the Christianity perspective of like, God and the devil, what I'm saying, or a masculine God and a feminine God, what I'm saying. It's like neither one of them is fully right or fully wrong. Both of them have, positive and negative. One could say God is negative because it's trying to control everything, you know what I'm saying? While one could say the devil or Lucifer was positive by giving, beings a chance for free will, to take their own actions, you know, uh, and then vice versa, like, oh, but God is good because of this, or, and the devil is bad because of this, it's like, it's so many different, perspectives. And again, like a part of our inner work, what I'm saying, is to embrace our wholeness and understand that it's not being no extreme goody two shoes or being no extreme toxic person. It's like understanding that both exist within you. And yes, we choose to be, more pleasant and do things that allow for us to love our life, what I'm saying, and live a life that we love, what I'm saying. But, nothing is wrong with, our negative actions or, thoughts or words, what I'm saying. Like, again, it serves a purpose, you know. But definitely just wanted to, tap in with y'all, share that insight. Shout out to the horn in the background. you know, but yeah, definitely tapping in, with understanding balance, tapping in with doing the shadow work, accepting those unacceptable parts, you know, doing that inner child work, allowing for our inner child to have fun, you know what I'm saying? How they say that you try hard, you die hard. Shout out to somebody saying that in the reading. You die hard. I mean, you try hard, you die hard. Transition hard, but you know what I'm saying? So, you want to be living, you want to be living lighthearted, you know what I'm saying? You live lighthearted, you die lighthearted. You live hard, you die hard, you know what I'm saying? Or you live heavy, you die heavy, you know what I'm saying? So, you want to live lighthearted and transition lighthearted, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely remember to, you know what I'm saying, stay in that childlike sense of being. Because remember one thing, that transitioning is inevitable. And no, you don't want to just be completely oblivious to your surroundings in that sense. But it's definitely again, just like having fun and doing what you love. Like what there's no different type of heaven or situation where like, oh, because I took things so serious, I got rewarded for that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, you know what I'm saying? You fuck around, take things too serious, and then see that it wasn't no reward for that, and actually, like, made things tough on yourself, and then, realize that. But yeah, it's like definitely being, lighthearted, you know, again, tapping in with the inner child, allowing, if you have children, allowing for your children to, be children. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause understanding like the effects of that, you know what I'm saying? Of not allowing a child to be a child, and you have a whole situation where, you know, a certain aspect of source energy, you know what I'm saying, is like, you know, comes back to reclaim that childhood in essence. You know, feeling like it was, snubbed in some way, form, or fashion because it wasn't allowed, to have a childhood. But that's something to, again, to be aware of. In that way, with this message, getting to the solution of understanding, again, the importance of doing our inner child work, doing our shadow work, and the importance of, integrity and, loving and accepting, or unconditionally accepting all the aspects of our being, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the key right now, you know what I'm saying? And moment to moment intelligence, being present, seeing what's best for this now moment, because what was best for, last month's now moment may not be the best for this month's now moment, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, like, and understanding that one action that was great in a certain moment could be horrible in this moment, you know what I'm saying? It was great the other day, work amazing, but then today it's like it's just all out of place, you know what I'm saying, if I was to try to do that, you know what I'm saying? So again, moment to moment intelligence and awareness, you know, staying grounded with flexibility and just honestly equilibrium and balance. It just all comes back to balance. And remembering, balance doesn't mean to force yourself to do deliberately toxic things, you know what I'm saying? Like to be, you know, toxic in a delusional, distorted type of manner. It just means that, hey, sometimes you do have negative moments. You know what I'm saying? And instead of feeling like you're all bad or something's wrong with you for that negative moment, it's like, no, like that's just a part of my experience. You know what I'm saying? But again, like understanding you can't have one without the other. And appreciating the existence, of the shit, that stinks to allow for you to smell the roses, you know what I'm saying? And just seeing that balance, understand that balance, especially between the masculine and feminine energies right now, uh, the I could see that the ancient masculine and feminine energies, which were, beefing strongly at one time, and this way before, I sensed that this was, before even, the like this is real ancient stuff, you know. But, and just in the sense of it, like the first time the masculine and feminine like stood side by side, it was a clash, you know what I'm saying? Because the feminine is the opposite of, you know what I'm saying, of the masculine, but then it also, created a space to, connect as well, you know what I'm saying? And understand those differences. Hey, buddy. Hey. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like understanding that balance, the masculine and feminine energies, because it's that. Because I see when I bring up the ancient vibes, like reason why you'll see a lot of spiritual men abstaining from sex, you know, and then you see a lot of spiritual women like more so leaning towards their sexual nature, you know what I'm saying? It's because of that ancient beef, you know what I'm saying? On some shit, like reason why, like if you are masculine and you feel like, just all women are witchy and can't be trusted, you know, that's that fear and trauma from, the past, you know what I'm saying? And if a woman feels like all a man is a sperm donor and he ain't shit but to just be muscle, like, and that's it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's that saying, or should I say a woman, feels, some kind of way about, again, like a man abstaining or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or feeling some kind of way because a man don't deal with magical practices like they do, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it's all connected with that little, that ancient beef is to, understand that we're not here to be against each other, but to, to connect, you know what I'm saying? Find that harmony. I mean, it only makes sense when we're at our healthiness, you know, pay attention to when we're at our healthiest and when we're not. In most cases, when we're at our healthiest, is because there's harmony in our body. When we're unhealthy, it's most likely because there is disharmony in our body. Point blank, period. Not one could, try to argue that, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But again, it just shows that it makes sense for, not the masculine and feminine to, like, because one could try to say, well, yeah, it's just meant for the masculine and feminine energy to always beef and always be against each other. And it's like, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, if the dis-ease or disharmony was created from that, that extreme separation or that extreme, judgment against each other, then the only way to heal that energy is to stop that judgment, to stop that energy of feeling like this one bad and this one right, or this one, like all that other energy, it's like both energies serve a valuable purpose, and valuing both energies, you know what I'm saying? Because again, you got this energy where, where some men treating women like all they are just like sex witches that shouldn't be trusted. You know what I'm saying? And on the flip side, certain women treat men like, oh, they ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? We meant to control them because we have the super magnetic power. You know what I'm saying? And our spell work and is amazing, and we birth things. So I should control you. You ain't shit, masculine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that's a good check down on yourself. If you ever feeling weird, whether you're masculine or feminine, you know what I'm saying? You ever feeling weird about one or the other, you know what I'm saying? It's like stop and understand, like, all right, yeah, that was an ancient beef. I'm not here to continue that clash, but actually transmute that energy, you know what I'm saying? But that is basically it. Tap in with that inner child, do our little shadow work, understand ourselves to the fullest, because the truest and only protection is knowing ourselves to the fullest. The only reason why somebody ill wishes could affect you is because you're not in alignment with yourself to the fullest. The only reason why, you know, again, like where it feel like, oh, something is harming me, or I'm like having a tough time, is because of a lack of awareness of ourselves. The the where confusion comes from, like the whole reason why you're confused and can't tell the difference between what's you and what's not, because you hadn't done the work to clarify what's you. You know what I'm saying? You haven't done the inner work to see what subconscious programmings came from your environment, and see, like, all right, I was just doing that because my mom did that, or I was just doing that because society wanted me to do that. You got to break down all of those aspects, you know what I'm saying? And again, like, tap into, your unique expression of source energy, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like, the whole reason why, confusion, or, gaslighting, or projection, and all that type of shit, is allowed to exist, is because of lack of awareness of ourselves, and a lack of awareness, or should I say, a lack of wanting to call ourselves out on shit. Like, you got to be able to call out your toxic behaviors. That doesn't mean you're all bad. And actually, if you love yourself and others, you want to call out your toxic behavior. You know what I'm saying? And be aware of it. And that way you're no longer unconsciously being toxic, and now you're allowed to be aware so that you could prevent yourself from being toxic to yourself and others. You know what I'm saying? And be a beacon. And again, just by doing your inner work, you're aligning with your soul purpose. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's other things that may come with it, depending on who you are as a being and what you came to do. But for the most part, just by doing your inner work, you are being a beacon and a help to the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? Because by you vibrating on that peaceful frequency, because again, remember that, you know what I'm saying? You ever went around somebody and you just felt like, damn, I feel so at ease, and I feel like I could just be myself without being judged. You know what I'm saying? That's because somebody done their inner work to not judge themselves, so they don't judge you. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it is a trickle down effect, from the inner work to the environment. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like having that, that awareness, again, like walking Wi-Fi. But, yep, that's basically it, and also staying present. You know what I'm saying? And again, the inner knowing is the protection. We get into a space, right now you're going to see the transmutation of that toxic, right now it's like the transmutation of that toxic voodoo, Santeria, witch, warlock, spell for spell, like, trying to put a spell on somebody, or thinking or wondering if somebody putting a spell on you, you know what I'm saying? Because what that whole energy lacks is accountability, you know, and acknowledging the truth that, you know, we are creating our reality. You know, if you feel like something or someone is doing something or whatever the case may be, it has to deal with your own subconscious programming, you know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, again, like nobody externally can, you know, control all of your actions, you know what I'm saying? Like the only way that can happen is if you allow it to, you know, by unknowingly being programmed to do so, you know, or again just a lack of awareness of self, you know, on so many levels, you know. But that energy is definitely being transmuted, the toxic witch warlock energy, you know what I'm saying? Because what it does, again, it lacks accountability, because what it's doing is a community of people that's saying, oh, that didn't work out for me because so and so must have put a spell on me, you know, or that didn't work out for me because so and so must be wishing ill on me. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a way to still blame, you know, your environment, or, you know, or project or externalize, you know what I'm saying, instead of like doing your own inner work, you know. So instead of like actually, you know, diving deep and calling yourself out on what it is you need to work on, you know, you're trying to blame it on somebody else and give yourself an excuse. You know, really, again, like shout out to the Power of Now and Eckhart Tolle bringing up the pain body. Like literally, that energy is like, you know, like just that pain body of those energies that just still want to be in that, you know, that level of petty back and forth and toxicness. No judgment. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in order for us to really assess and keep it real about shit and learn, you know, you gotta, you know, gotta assess it for what it really is. You know, so yeah, that energy definitely being, you know, transmuted. So again, less and less of that external blame, you know. And again, if you feel like you're in a situation where somebody is quote unquote gaslighting you or trying to harm you or anything of that nature, you know, again, you gotta first ask yourself what's going on inside of you that makes you a vibrational match to that situation. The universe has you know, a system that works, you know, seamlessly, you know what I'm saying, in the manifestation, because that's also what'll throw us off with the manifestation aspects. You know, it's like we'll get mad or feel like you can't manifest, but it's not that. You have to be aware of the true essence of how, you know, like all the factors that go into manifestation, all the factors of how the universe works in essence, you know what I'm saying? Or at least again stemming from the seven laws of the universe, or, you know, the seven hermetic principles, you know what I'm saying? And again, for the deep divers who, you know, we also know that it's possible that those seven laws of the universe may only exist inside a certain aspect of, you know, of the universe, and may not be something that plays out throughout the universe, you know, in essence, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you know, evidence shows that, you know, these seven universal laws, you know, again, there's a feminine and masculine and everything. You know, that's obvious, you know, you can't deny that, you know what I'm saying? The law of correspondence, as above, so below, you know what I'm saying? The moon got so many days it passed through certain zodiac signs and have a certain cycle, then the woman has a certain cycle in you know, in connection with that sacred moon energy, you know what I'm saying, inside of her. You know, it's, you know, just the facts of it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, again, uh understanding that, you know, it all goes back to us, and with that accountability, that doesn't mean that, you know, 'cause that's another thing too. You don't have to necessarily always, in essence, forgive somebody as much as you just accept that the situation happened. You know, you accept uh, what happened to you or what happened in the situation, but not necessarily, you know, having to forgive in essence. You know what I'm saying? But again, just doing that inner work, tapping in. That's it. Cause I see I'm about to, repeat the same thing. So yep, that's the end of this transmission. You know what I'm saying? Be present. Love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do your little meditations or whatever you do to clear your mind. Make sure your mind clear. Bring your awareness more into your body. And have that balance energy of, being connected with your body, but still connected with your etheric and astral bodies, being able to dream and astral travel, having the, again, like that balance within the experience. But for sure, peace. Now it's a vibrate, not too far in the future, not too far in the past right now.